So open up After Effects, and I've just put my clip in this comp. I put some Twixtor on it just to slow it down nicely. I've also got some color corrections on, but we'll turn that off for the moment. So what you want to do is first go to Layer, go over to Solid. Doesn't really matter about the color, just preferably comp size. And then open to the Effects and Presets tab and type in 3D Stroke. Now, this is the plugin that you have to download from Trapcode. It's part of Trapcode, along with other ones. You should be able to find it or search it rather easily. It's free, not too hard to find at all. So you shouldn't really have a problem with that, just search for it. And if you go over to your effects up here and go to presets, they have loads of like pre-made shapes, I guess you could say. Like that's a lightning bolt, that's a cool one right here. And there's a lot of cool ones, but we're just gonna go with the basic circle. So I'm gonna move that down over here, and I'm just gonna adjust it using scale. Okay, so just ignore the color for now. We're gonna go to the settings, and we're gonna change the thickness to this to about 12, and you can also change the feather. So we'll add a bit of feather, and if you could see, it's gave like a softer edge to it. And later on, we're gonna be changing the opacity down to make it rather nice. And you could also use the start and end over here to keyframe, like to do it spinning around. But we're gonna leave that alone, and we're gonna use offset instead. You're gonna click on loop and click on taper and enable it. As you can see, it gives you like a pinch sides, 2 short ends on one side, and a thick part on the one side. But we don't want this. We want the thick part to be on the end like so. So now if you go over to offset and you bring the value up, see, the more you bring it up, it like pauses the or causes the circle to spin around, my bad. So we're gonna bring it back to 0, and we're just gonna go over here and find out more settings. There's many different things you could do with this, so just make sure you try different things, see what you like. You don't necessarily have to do what I'm doing, but yeah. So if you come back to the start and end thing over here, you could change the size and the length. So maybe you can have a smaller one, or maybe you can have 3 smaller ones spinning around or something like that. There's some really pretty cool stuff you could do with it, but I'm just gonna leave it to about there. Okay, so that's the basic of that. So all you have to really do is just keyframe the offset, and it'll spin around pretty nicely. So next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to effects, generate, and I'm gonna click on 4 color gradient. And this is basically what I use to give it the rainbow effect. Obviously over here you can change all the colors, pick the colors that you like, but I'm happy with that, so I'd leave that. So next I'm going to go over to the effects and presets and type in glow, and I'm going to turn that on. So this is really going to brighten it up. Like as you see when I turn on the color corrections, it looked really nice now. You can increase it more by bringing up or down the threshold. I think it's up. Just if you turn it down to 0, it loses the color as you see. So I'll just leave that on like maybe like 45 will do. Change the radius to make it more glow. Pretty happy with that. Make it more intense. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with all that. So then you want to go back over here to the effects and presets tab and type in Star Glow. Again, this is also part of Trapcode, so make sure you download it. It gives it a really nice bright effect. You gotta play with these color settings a little bit, because obviously it's taking the color away, so you don't want to mess it around too much. So no, I don't remember which setting it was, but it's one of these settings. I'll just leave it with this one for now. That'll do for now. You just play around with these settings, like it's just a tutorial, you get what I mean. Because obviously, like if you see when it zooms in, like the bit that's tracking the scope cuts out. So what I basically had to do was like hand track it, and I was pretty much a fool for doing it, but it was more reliable that way. So I'm gonna quickly track this for you, and I'm gonna keyframe the offset, and I'll show you how it looks after I've tracked it all up. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so I've just quickly tracked it for you, so I'm just quickly run previewing it. So obviously it's a quick motion track. That's basically how it works. For every 100 on the offset, it's a full spin. So I just keyframed it up at about like 500, so there's about 5 spins obviously. So also, if you didn't like the star glow, you can try different things. You can duplicate this glow, as you see, and you could just mess with these things. Like you see, it gave it a pretty cool effect. Got a pretty nice glow to it. Like, I don't know, you could just mess around with it, just do whatever you want, just play around with them. You'll see what you could do. You can improve, you could do exactly what I did. Well, I really don't know what else to do. I know I'm really not the best at tutorials, but I tried my best for doing this for you guys because it was requested. I hope to help you out a bit. I've been on spring break this week, so that's why I've been able to upload a lot. I'm not going to be able to upload as much starting as of Monday because I go back to school and I play sports. I do baseball and I have AAU basketball and I have a job and everything, but my Skype's always on. If you guys want to contact me by Skype, so that's pretty much it.